Hello everyone, this is MF217 and joining me is...
Tower.
And this is going to be a different video from my norm, to say the least, in terms of where I'll be uploading it. Primarily because this is only really intended to be a recording test until, like, further notice on whether things have stabilized enough for me to properly do a playthrough of this overall on my main channel. Like, for starters... Hold on. Oh, wait, that's right. I switched the memory cards before I ended up booting up any of these. So, you're just going to just...
I mean, that save file is at 0% completion, so...
Yeah, I forgot I had actually switched the memory cards out because I thought I was going to be playing a different game entirely, but instead we ended up settling on Star Fox Adventure, so yeah.
Well, you settled on it. I didn't really give
Star
much
Fox
input.
Adventures was my original choice to record for this test and all that. Like, it was already going to be a Star Fox Adventures test recording to begin with, but then we experienced some issues earlier in the day, and we ended up holding off on it until we eventually came back here right at the very start.
Here's hoping those issues don't pop up again.
If they do, I'll hopefully be more prepared about it than I was the last time.
How does one ever expect a crash to happen anyway?
I don't know, I'll just take a drink there to keep my fluids up, so...
Ginger ale or just straight up water?
Gatorade.
Ah yes, the drink of gods. And sports athletes. You don't normally get hit by that.
His entire opening bit is a bit chaotic even for me, I will admit. Like, it's mainly the fact that it's a mechanic of the game I only really see here, if anything else, so... I can never really quite determine my overall ability to play through this particular bit, if anything.
And yet it plays similar to the R-Wing sections, which you seem to be good at.
Well, with at least one general exception, but you kind of already know which one that is.
The way to the final boss?
The final boss himself, actually. But yeah, here we are, beginning the file overall, like... Even if we could save right now in the event anything crashed while we are on the Galleon portion of the game, we have to wait till we get to Krazoa Palace before we'll be able to save at all, so...
I wonder why that is.
Well, the moment we get to Krazoa Palace, it literally tells us we can save by opening the start menu and hitting the memory card icon.
So it's one of those things where you are literally unable to do something until you're told you're able to.
Basically, yeah.
Like Samus and her powers in Metroid Other Rim. You have to be authorized to save.
Yeah, no. If I am going to be going into fucking Pyrosphere, I don't care what you say, I am enabling the various suit like any sane person would. Because otherwise, if you're asking me to go into a superheated climate without access to the various suits, or tell me to go through there anyway, even though I should already have it, and plus your so-called authority is why I can't use it, I'm just gonna have to tell you, perhaps you need to realize who actually is in the chain of command here. Because to anyone else, you may be a Chad in terms of your overall body structure, Adam. But you're dealing with an Amazon who flat out is taller or more powerful than you any day of the frickin' week. The only time she was ever shorter than you was when she was nothing but a teenager in the original manga you appeared in, Adam. Samus wasn't anywhere near fully grown yet, so naturally, you being as tall as you were in that little comparison is because Samus wasn't even fully grown yet, as I said.
You have feelings about that. Like, damn.
Mainly because, for as much as Ultra M claims to be a love letter to the manga, it really doesn't seem to understand what made the manga good to begin with. And even then, Metroid Dread even only barely implies the manga at times, and it feels more like a love letter to the manga than anything else the games have ever done to it before or after, you know?
I wouldn't know. Haven't read the manga, really.
It's pretty much the most heavily cited source of what exactly Ridley's characterization is. At least if you ask anyone in the fandom, that is. Yeah, I was gonna say, is my depth perception still screwed from earlier today, or is it actually back working as order and all that?
I'd have to assume it's fine. Going to be honest, that shouldn't have hit. You got egg.
Yeah, it does that for just about every item the first time you get it, if anything. And of course, anyone who doesn't know about this little secret over here will more than likely learn from me, or at least someone else who has already found out about it. This little Bafomdad you can encounter early in the game, and only here.
You got literal lifesaver.
I can only carry one at a time, and this is quite literally the only one that appears in the area where Crystal is playable and all that. So, okay, just making sure that's all nice and dandy there.
Do you ever get to use anything like explosive barrels ever again after this part of the game?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like, you'll see what I mean about that later on, but trust me, there is no shortage supply of explosive barrels in this game in the slightest. The real annoying ones are the ones that have a timer on them in terms of how long it'll take for them to detonate automatically before you have them used against their proper target and all that. Oh, and then of course there are the barrels that can only be lifted by a sharp claw or another device. There are stuff like that, so yeah. Like, any conversation we can really have to keep going, because I am kind of... I'm kind of worried about how long we might be doing this episode for and all that. Because right now we're at the 10-minute mark, just about to hit the 11-minute mark.
I was just letting this piece of exposition play since it's actually important to the whole story.
I'm saying that is a good reason and all that, but I've been informed we should keep the quiet noise to a minimum or something, so we actually have some sort of conversation going at virtually all times I record anything for this channel in particular and all that, you know?
Yeah, I get you, but considering that this is the piece of lore that pervades throughout the entire story, I just figured I'd let this go. Are we sure he'll still be alive after you do these things?
Well... He will be, but I don't think we see him ever again after having gotten the Krazoa spirit into the temple and all that, or a palace. But you'll see what I mean with regards to that.
Yeah, plus, isn't the original game like some of these guys actually fucking die?
Yeah, that is true. That is indeed true about that, so yeah.
Like, from what I've seen about the original game from you playing it, they did not shy away.
And especially considering Crystal didn't lose her staff at the beginning like she does here. She actually keeps it, and even with her staff, she's like, no one's really a match for General Scales in that regard. Like, she had the staff and everything, and the opening pretty much still played out the exact same way it does here, except, because General Scales just retreats when a bolt of lightning strikes him, rather than have a Cloud Runner escort her off of the galleon to where she needs to go, she simply takes the galleon itself to where she needs to go, and by extension, just gives us a plentiful ride on the galleon, to where we need to go overall. And turns out that little baby Cloud Runner was actually more important than Star Fox Adventures makes it out to be, because the whole idea of her being just another side of the player characters in the game, there was her and then Saber that were the playable characters in the game, and Saber had the companion of Tricky in terms of who was playable along with him. Crystal had a Cloud Runner known as Kite who accompanied her.
And let me guess, you never see Kite anywhere in this game.
Nope. The only implied presence of her is at the opening of the galleon, but I don't think she ever reappears after that. Although, if she were to have somehow gotten freed after that, we would have at least seen her as one of the offspring of the Queen Cloud Runner when we go to Cloud Runner Fortress later, and have to rescue her offspring.
Yay,
I was able to remember that while holding a conversation, to be honest.
You got a literal soul.
Oh, don't even get me started on the comments I kind of make about them regarding the Vulk and all that from Beast Wars. Like, I mean, the Krazoa were kind of bastards in the original planned version of Dinosaur Planet, but At least they don't have the absolute intimidation factor of the Valk in that regard from Beast Wars, like...
I haven't seen Beast Wars. What's it like?
Let's just say things do not bode well for any single side whenever the Valk make their presence known and all that. Like, the closest thing in terms of any of the sides getting along with the Valk is the Maximals, but even then, they're not above just going after the Maximals when it comes to any interference with their plans. Like, they're not really willing to bow to either them or the Predacons, like, especially not the Predacons, so...
You're saving a lot.
Because remember, it crashed just like a minute or so after where we're going next.
Okay, let's be honest, that should have hit you.
And meanwhile, we all know who this should be, and in case you played the game before and have memorized whose eyesight we're looking from in this perspective.
The only reason I remember is because we've literally seen this before, and it's Andros.
Oh yeah. Like,
some
people, when I was younger at least, I thought it was actually General Scales, but actually no, it's actually Andros.
Because, by the grace of God, it's not a Star Fox game unless fucking Andros shows up to hijack the entire plot.
Admittedly, I could have gone with any other sort of Star Fox-related boss aside from Andros. Just in terms of any particular boss that could show up to replace the final one, Andros was the only one who made any sort of logical sense.
He'd be the only one that makes the hijack by Ganon trope actually work.
He's the only one with that sort of brain power to actually pull that sort of crazy stunt off. And then, of course, we cut to what is quite literally my favorite introduction scene of all of Star Fox history.
That should be it, Rob. Go it.
Affirmative. I'll get back to work.
Been ages since I've seen you, Rob64, so...
Hey, Fox! Isn't this music getting on your nerves? I'm trying to work on my map.
Yeah, I know. Peppy is actually older than he's made out to be in Star Fox 64, but even then, I don't recall him being that old, to be honest. So, of the youngsters of the original quartet, it was Fox, Slippy, and Falco that were the youngest. But once Crystal joins in, she's literally the youngest after them. So.
Dinosaur planet, an ancient world on the edge of the Lilac system.
How old are they, at least?
Crystal, I know, is like 19 in Star Fox Adventures, I believe. In terms of the other guys' ages, like, Fox is like in his mid-20s, I think. I know he was like 18 in Star Fox 64, I mean. But it's been like 8 or so years since the events of that game and this one, so... Everyone, more or less, who originated from that game has an additional 8 years lumped onto their age right now, so...
You think there will ever actually be another canonical Star Fox game that just isn't a rehash of 64?
I honestly don't know, to be honest, so...
I mean, I get it, don't fix what isn't broken, but sometimes you need to do something.
Honestly, they probably should have done more than what they did even with Star Fox Zero, to be honest. Like, the transforming vehicles I really dig the idea of, but, couldn't we have at least asked for the branching paths like what Star Fox 64 had? Because I heard there are, like, no branching paths in Zero, as far as I'm aware, anyway.
I wonder if you'll set a high score during this recording.
I'd have to get all 10 rings for that, but 10 gold rings, I mean. I'd have to make sure I get all 10 gold rings as an absolute minimum to qualify for that. Let's see how I did score, though. Huh. So what do you know? I did. But then again, I'm not really counting it, considering this is a different memory card than the main one, so yeah. The R-Wing has seen better days, I will admit.
I mean, how many times did it go through space combat?
Oh boy,
Great flying, Fox.
that
For a moment,
honestly is a question that does need to be answered at some time.
I know. Now, on to business. By pressing the start button, you will open your communicator. Choose
You have to wonder how many more missions that thing is going to be able to take before it just falls the fuck
Well,
apart.
admittedly, after Adventure, Star Fox gets a good fee from Pepper in terms of completing the mission to save Soria and all that. So they actually can afford to refurbish a lot of their stuff, to the point by the time a year later in Assault, they are literally at the top of their game once again.
Okay, General. But what about a weapon?
Because they got refurbished R-Wings and all that, they got the Landmaster working again, and now they can actually teleport vehicles onto the ground for anyone needing to use them that's already on foot. So mostly Fox in that regard, so.
One of these days, the R-Wing is gonna get shot the fuck down.
Implying that hasn't happened in some capacity or another already, you know? I love this little mod I have, meanwhile, that gives Fox this redesigned attire on him, meanwhile. Like the black leather jacket, like, oh boy, like... I remember seeing fan art of Fox in this exact same attire, and I kinda always wanted to see a mod that would actually make it possible for Fox to have said attire on his model here. But again, it's mostly the black leather jacket I cared about the most out of that particular outfit attire, you know? Okay. So far, no crashes. I'm actually kind of surprised.
I think it's because you saved so often the game didn't have a chance.
We'll see. Let's try not to tempt fate, so yeah.
Do you normally get hit twice during that?
It depends. Depends on how exactly each of them engage me in that regard. Normally, they only attack one at a time, so I am at least grateful for that. But I honestly kind of feel that's perhaps a little too on the easy side, if you ask me.
Consider it the tutorial fight. It's not going to be that easy going forward. You got a necessary plot component to your staff.
Among other things, yeah.
So in terms of just general bullshittery conversation, I will not be watching the Green Bay Packers this coming football weekend.
Pardon?
As it turns out, my favorite quarterback did not get the COVID vaccine. And he got the virus. Which means he cannot play this weekend. And possibly the next. Which
Anyways,
means
moving on.
So let's just say this is the one week I want the Chiefs to win, just to see why it only takes one player to break an entire team. Because, let's be honest, football is one of the only sports where one player can make or break your entire season. You got money! I wonder how the merchant's gonna treat you this playthrough.
Yeah, he's a bit of a kooky little fella, I will admit.
Oh god, that effect while you're picking shit up in the water!
Especially considering it's mushroom spores of all things, so yeah.
Fox, you're not allowed to get high on the job.
That's Tricky's job, considering his species naturally eats those kind of things. And even then, getting high on them is the least thing I'd expect Tricky would have happen to him if he were to eat a grub tub for regular diet and all that. Okay. So I'm just snapping a few things.
The all-too classic secret under a waterfall.
And in this case, it's a bunch of supplies that someone at the Great Fox kind of screwed up of transporting here, so...
How the hell did that happen?
Personal recommendation for me at least, there was a massive crash that caused them to lose a good chunk of tracking on the cargo or whatever, or... like, probably whatever transport method they had all the fuel cells in at once got hit by debris from one of the other four regions in the game, orbiting the planet and all that. So they kind of ended up either scattering across the entire planet or winding up in the hands of the shopkeeper.
How much do you think the shopkeeper is going to want to be paid for those cells?
I am not paying for him for any of those. Like, he can keep them for all I care.
Are you okay? My name is Fox McCloud, and you must be the Queen Earthwalker.
I find it weird how we don't really get any sort of general translation of what the Queen Earthwalker says in this particular scene, aside from whatever Slippy has to likewise sum it down to the Fox and all that.
You've got to go to the ice.
Well, unlike Crystal, Fox can't understand that language.
Obviously, yeah.
Nice name.
And obviously he's gonna be a sarcastic little prick about, just how weird this world is compared to the rest of Lilat and all that, you know? Because keep in mind, the entirety of Lilat is in the Space Age, and Soria, meanwhile, is somewhere in the Stone Age, if anything, quite literally.
You've got to talk to that big stone guy. She called him a warp stone.
That's all I need to know. I'll be back soon, Queen.
Weren't they called swap stones in the original game?
Haven't you finished that
Because there was a chance of playing as either Crystal or Saber. Yeah, that was because that's how it functioned, basically. But they could also still have the same overall functions of the warp stone in this one, so... They even had the same design and all that, so... They're just repurposed, if anything. I'm just making sure I save after that.
I've seen Dean save over his saves too. Sometimes you can't be cautious enough.
Oh yeah, like you have no idea. I admit I got a little careless with that one. The risk I took is calculated, but unfortunately, by God, am I bad at math. See?
I don't think I've heard that line used too many times.
Anyways, I kept failing for whatever unforsaken reason to make this jump in some playthroughs of this game before, but I'm assuming there's a reason why, but I was able to get it that time, so... There wasn't even anything in that one, to be honest.
Then why did you even go there?
Sorry, just keeping an eye on things and all that. So. Being a foreign tail sure has its occupational hazards, I will admit.
You mean aside from these explodey flowers?
Oh yeah, like, you'll see they have quite a lot of issues as the game goes on and all that.
How many fuel cells do you need to complete the whole game?
I don't know the exact number, to be honest, but you can never have enough of them, I will say. And now we're going to what is quite possibly my favorite little moment of the early game. So I'm assuming, if all goes according to plan, this episode will be about an hour long. And basically cover the majority of the beginning of the game all the way to getting to the end of the Ice Mountain race, which encounters us with Tricky and all that.
And if you like to play games, then enter the sky.
But yeah, we're going to be here for quite a bit, because I'm trying to nab all the maps while I can.
Okay, thanks.
I'm not gonna balls with the maps for the Force Point temples yet, but I am gonna balls with literally every other map. Although I'm probably just gonna go without the Krazoa Palace one as well for a while, but at the very least, I'll at least get whatever's the most important of the maps right off the bat. But although there is one other item we do have to nab here, meanwhile.
You mean the rock candy?
Yeah. Mr. Nobody brings me gifts anymore, so kind of needs them. So.
Oh wow, you got the 20% discount.
He must have been generous of that one, because that must have been a fluke, if anything, if you ask me.
It's different every single playthrough. Sometimes when he says, you pay this much, you really do pay that much.
Playing a little game. Choose how many scarabs you wish to gamble. I will then throw them into this cave, and you have to collect them within my time limit.
Starting off with one, so we always at least have something
Are you
worth
ready?
keeping us alive and all that at the beginning.
I don't believe you did it. You win fair and square. How about playing a little game? Choose how many scarabs you wish to gamble. I will then throw them into this cave, and you have to collect them within my time limit. Are you ready? I don't believe you did.
That was fucking
You
easy.
win fair and
It was all about the timing and spawning of which ones I need to get for and all that. But now we're taking a real risk with this one.
Choose how many scarabs you wish to gamble. I will then throw them into this cave, and you have
Quite
to collect them
literally
within
double
my
or
time
nothing,
limit.
so let's see how we do this.
Oh hell.
Are you ready? I don't believe you did it. You win fair and square.
Can I just have the little headcanon? I just conned him out of the entirety of the scarabs I had used to get the rock candy and all that?
I mean, you gambled for them and won barely, so it's not conning.
You pay this much. No, that's too low.
He may be hearing us in that regard. I think he was on to us with that one.
No, I'm moving to Cape Claw. You pay this much. No, that's too low. No, that's too low. Yeah, I don't need business from cheapskates. Get out!
We're okay, one more try.
You pay this much. No, that's too low.
Oh, for goodness sakes. I swear he's on to us at times, like...
This drafty old candy.
Is he part Jewish?
Nah, I wouldn't go that far, no. Like, what made you say that, if anything? Like...
Aside from the rock candy, he didn't let you pay anything less than full price.
How about playing a little
And
game?
it's a
Again,
Jewish stereotype.
it's
They're
completely
really
it's completely random how much he'll let you gamble, if anything,
I will then
or
throw them
bargain,
into
or
this cave, and you
haggle,
have to
or
collect
whatever
them
the term
within
is, you know?
my time limit.
I was gonna say it's a Jewish stereotype that they're very, very.
Are you
Trust me, if
ready?
that was, we'd be dealing with Barbamon at some point, you know?
I don't believe you did it. You win fair and square. How about playing a little game? Choose how many scarabs you wish to gamble. I will then throw them into this cave, and you have to collect them within my time limit. Are you ready? I don't believe you did it. You win fair and square. How about playing a little game?
I see why you saved.
It's been a while since I last recall having
Choose how many
saved, so
scarabs
yeah.
you wish to gamble. I will then throw them into this cave, and you have to collect them within my time limit. Are you ready? I don't believe you did it. You win fair and square.
Saving that time because that was the second highest gamble I've had with him in this entire thing, so yeah.
Choose how many scarabs you wish to gamble. I will then throw them into this cave, and you have to collect them within my time limit.
Anyways, this should be the last one we're doing for the moment anyway, because, I don't think I'll need any other maps aside from Thorntail Hollow and,
I don't believe you did it. You win fair and square.
Here's hoping that he's a bit more receptive to prices this time.
If anything, I'm probably just gonna nab the Dark Ice Mines map now that I think about it. Because that'll have me covered for quite a bit, at least until I get a larger Scarab bag than anything. Here's hoping at least let me haggle for this.
This much. Okay, I'll sell
The
it.
heck? Wasn't expecting that.
Was he cursing himself at letting one scarab go?
No. It was something about moving the Cape Claw or something.
How about playing a little game? Choose how many scarabs you wish to gamble. I will then throw them into this cave, and you have to collect them within my time limit.
Anyways, this should be the last time we're doing this particular... Wait.
Are you ready?
Well, now you have to get all 5.
I don't believe you did it. You win fair and square.
Well, that was awkward. I guess I can overbid in this game for some reason.
You learn something new every day, I guess.
Yeah, we don't got all that much longer of the episode on, pretty much, like it may seem like we do, but no we don't. I don't think we need any,
Never hurts stuff, full mana.
Ah, a lovely sweetie. Mmm. Who dares bother the mighty Warpstone? 1,000 years I've been left alone to rest. What do you want?
Well, can you help us?
Help you? No.
But you're a Warpstone. You're supposed to help.
Right. Let's see if I can remember what I'm supposed to do. Okay. Now if you push left on the control stick, then I'll send you to one of those Warpstone thingies. We'll get back to that in a minute. And if you push forward on the control stick, then you can enter the maze. Now this one's a bit special. When you have collected a Krazoa spirit, then push right on the control stick. And I'll send you to Krazoa Palace. Now.
Okay, I think we get the idea, Mr. Stone Guy, so...
Make a choice. If not, then press B so I can get back.
I was just looking up to see who voiced him.
Are you
Who
ready?
voices him for that matter?
John Silky.
Can't say I've heard of him, why?
Well, he's also the voice of General Scales.
Any other noteworthy ones? Because I heard he's apparently voiced a lot of people in this game.
The hero from Fable.
Now, I meant in Star Fox Adventure specifically, why?
Oh, General Pepper as well.
Why am I not surprised with that one? Now, was that all he has voiced in this game, or just those three?
Rob64, Garunda, Thorntail Tribe, Soldier Cloud Runner, Snowhorn Tribe, Chicky Lightfoot.
Joy like...
A busy day in the voice acting room. In fact, he voices the single most characters of anyone in the voice list. Also, was that dinosaur abuse?
Yeah.
Eliminate with extreme prejudice.
Trust me, if I get the chance, I will, like...
We here in Nut Potatoes do not condone animal abuse.
More specifically, that is child abuse, what we just witnessed there, so...
Well, we don't condone that either. We don't condone abuse of any kind.
Gave that one a good extra kick in the face, if anything, so...
Apparently, Big Ben, that voices all these characters, was also part of the testing team for Banjo-Tooie, as well as staff on Perfect Dark and Donkey Kong 64.
I don't get why people talk so negatively about that game, to be honest. My only real complaint with it is whoever in the re-releases decided it was a good idea to set it to 60 FPS only. Cause let me just say, among other things, that game was not intended to ever hit 60 FPS at all. Like, Rare expected that game to lag like no tomorrow when it came to how that game was going to run in general.
You want to know the weirdest thing about John Silky's filmography?
What?
Except for the archive footage for Rare Replay, he hasn't had a role in anything since 2006. And not in video games since 05. I wonder what happened to him.
Maybe he died?
I'll look it up.
The thing is, I could have overshot these guys ages ago, but winning isn't enough. I need to make them cry. Although I think this guy might have already beat me to the whole winning bit. And it'll actually save me another trip here for the fuel cells that were in that cave along with them, so I'll just say this one was a bit of a fluke on this part. At least allowed me to grab the other fuel cells, so... Because, trust me, otherwise it wouldn't take an entirely separate visit for me to get these over here real quick.
So... You don't usually lose this, do you?
Not really, no. I was just trying to see if I could KO them outright as opposed to just simply getting ahead of them, so... Speaking of which, I think I have my opportunity right here. There goes one. I gotta get the other. You said to terminate these two, yes?
Yes!
So much for those assets. Now I just gotta get to the end anyway.
I wonder if something different happens when they're both, like, dead before they get there.
The cutscene, when I succeed, treats them both as having survived, even if I actually do KO them by the time I get there. I was just KOing them for your sake, if anything, so yeah.
What?
I love this little introduction scene because how it plays out.
I can't understand you.
Did Fox just think that the dinosaur insulted him?
Well, he did! He did! He basically, you're lucky that's a hot spring, or otherwise you'd be frozen by now.
He's been captured. That's why I've been sent to rescue you.
He's been captured?
That's right. It was your mother that sent me to find you.
Is she okay?
She'll be just fine. But we need to get you home.
And I believe we have wrapped up everything we... Well, for one, is there anything here now that... Also, yeah, the fact there's no freezing effects in this water, this is indeed a hot spring. But it doesn't look like there's anything else here for me to grab or anything. Okay, that said, I think we are done with this little game for now, so... Anything else we should say before we part off and all that?
Not particularly. Let's just end it here.
Okay, so anyways, this has been MF217 with...
I'm just gonna say it since I used it in the test recording I did for this channel last month. My name is Corey.
And with that said, this has been MF217 and Corey on Nut Potatoes, so we'll see you next time. See ya.